My name's Brett, and I crave acceptance. I started to crave acceptance at a really young age. I didn't have many friends in elementary school, and I was picked on quite regularly. I longed for someone who I could talk to, someone who I could spend time with, and someone who would like me for who I was. As I got older, I tried to suppress my desire for acceptance, dismissing my feelings as something childish. But looking back, I can see how my craving never really disappeared. I threw myself into my studies, hoping to earn respect and favor in the eyes of my peers. I secretly longed for a girlfriend, tweaking my personality and trying to become someone who my crushes would accept. Even in university, I would only reveal parts of my past and opinions to others, trying to maintain friendships that I believed were really fragile. All along, I never felt like I could show someone all of me and have them accept me. There was one time, about a month after I moved to Calgary, that I hurt one of my friend's feelings and I felt paralyzed by insecurity. I spent an entire day worrying about whether I'd be forgiven or rejected, as my flaws had finally been revealed. I remember waking up the next day and I thought about my craving for acceptance. I thought about how I'd searched for acceptance from people for a long time, and how I had so little to show for it. I can see now how my craving for acceptance was actually rooted in something deeper. Around this time, the pastor at my church spoke about God's love for his people. The idea of God's love for me, it was something that I had heard about a lot in the past, but I'd never really considered it in a real and personal way before. I searched my Bible to learn more, and the things that I read, they seemed to have new meaning for me. I read about how, while I had ignored God and chased the approval of others, He had loved me enough to send His Son Jesus to die so that I could have new life in Him. I read about how I don't need to find the right personality or work really hard to gain God's acceptance, but I just have to have faith in Him for Him to accept me. I began to see how the acceptance I'd sought from people was fleeting, while the acceptance found in God was something that would never change. I decided to stop pursuing the acceptance of others and to follow Jesus instead, and I can tell you that my life has never been the same. I had this experience about a year ago, and many things have changed in my life since then. I've been learning a lot about what it means to follow God and have faith in Him so I can experience His love. And to be honest, it hasn't always been easy. That being said, it has definitely been worth it. The fulfillment and acceptance that I've known in this past year has been unlike anything I've ever experienced. I'm so glad that I no longer seek acceptance from people anymore, but that I seek God instead. He has satisfied my deepest cravings, and if you have faith in Him, He can do the same for you. My name is Brett. I crave acceptance, and I found it in Jesus.